here for. Hello, I'm Scott Ampleford, the composer and narrator on Dr. Puppet, and today I'd like to talk to you about the music of episode 5 that was eventually released as the Radio Castellan EP. So the sound of Dr. Puppet had always been fairly orchestral. That was from, How the Dr. Puppet Saved Christmas, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. When episode 4 came about, it wasn't set in any particular place, and therefore musically I was granted a lot more freedom with what I could do. And what I eventually went for was a late 60s Wendy Carlos inspired sort of Baroque music played on electronic synthesizers, much like Switched on Bach. And because of the sort of settingless nature of that episode, that worked. That kind of timeless because it's already in the past kind of sound worked for that episode. When it came to episode 5, however, it was definitely 80s. We had Clara with big hair and leg warmers. We had lots of kind of neon purple sort of colours in the episode. And because of that, musically, it had to be 80s. So for episode 5, Elisa had decided that we would do something that we'd never done with Dr. Puppet before, and actually have diegetic music. Now, diegetic music, for people who don't know, is music that actually takes place in the episode. So music that not just the audience, but the character can hear, i.e. something playing on the radio. It was then that she asked me to write 3 short snippets of 80s style pop music that could be played during the episode. Of course, me being me, I couldn't just do that, and went ahead and wrote 3 full-length pop songs. These 3 songs were written and recorded in one 10-day session and featured my good friend Douglas Cairns playing bass on Zero Room, Tom Presland playing guitars on Zero Room and Happiness Patrol, as well as providing some backing vocals on Zero Room, and then Oliver Pashby-Taylor providing the trumpets on the Happiness Patrol. In order to get that fully 80s sound, I decided to use synthesizers from the era. Now, I'm a big fan of the 80s as it is, so I own a Roland Juno 6 and a Yamaha DX7. These 2 synths provide most of the sounds that you hear throughout the episode. Due to its heavy use on episode 4, I'd attempted to stray away from using the modular synthesizer, as I also felt that during the 80s the modular synthesizer was kind of left behind in favour of these sort of polyphonic and digital machines. However, certain sounds just couldn't be created with the limited abilities of the machines I had, and so that modular synthesizer was actually used to create that opening sting on Zero Room. Another interesting problem that I faced was that the 3 different songs were supposedly performed by 3 different fictional bands. Well, of course, I didn't have 3 different bands to go to. The band was the same for all 3 songs. So in order to portray the idea that there were 3 different bands, I had to put on voices to sing each song. Hello and welcome to Scott Ampleford Plays Everyone in the World of Dr. Puppet. I'm here taking on yet another role, the lead singer of Theta Sigma. So this should be fun. Sharda by the Pharos Project is sung much as I would sing any song. That is much more my style. For Zero Room, I deepened my voice and sang in a style that was rather uncomfortable, but I believe worked really well for the song. Sometimes I feel like I need you there so I'll understand. The Happiness Patrol by Delta and the Bannermen was the only song within the Radio Castellan EP that had roots in other songs. Delta and the Bannermen was our take on a band Huey Lewis and the News, which most famously recorded songs for the 1985 hit movie Back to the Future, because we just wanted to get another 80s reference in there. As Huey Lewis is an American singer as part of an American band, I had no choice but to sing the Happiness Patrol with an American accent, which I really have to apologise to our American viewers for, because I'm really not good at an American accent, so yeah, sorry about that. At the end of the songwriting and recording process, the full EP was mixed and mastered by Doug Cairns, and the songs were sent to Elisa to be added onto the show. After seeing the wonderful images created by Issam for that episode, it was not a difficult choice to have Issam recreate some of that art to create the cover artwork for the EP. And that's pretty much it. Radio Castellan went on sale on the 25th of January 2014, and this week marks 2 years since that date. Finally, I'd personally like to thank absolutely everyone that worked on Radio Castellan, so Doug, Oliver, Tom, thank you so much, as well as Elisa, Issam, Rachel, Erin, Zoe, Shelby, and everyone that makes Dr. Puppet possible. And more so, I'd like to thank you guys, our audience, the guys that watch our show, support what we do, and inspire us to create such high quality music and programming. And of course, a huge thanks to everyone who actually went and bought the Radio Castellan EP. Thanks for watching.